Hello people, I'm here again. I'm going to tackle today about Social Security Administration. About specifically getting my Social Security card here under the pandemic situation. So first you need a Social Security form which is called SS5. You need to fill it out and then completely, and then you need a passport, uh, authorization to work from Department of Homeland Security, which is green card, your green card. That is a proof that you are a legal person living here in America. So that's it. And regarding my experience, since it's under pandemic, I called the local office here to process my social security card, and but then they told me that they are closed, and processing social security card, it needs an in-person appearance. So since it's my first time, but then they give me another option, um, if since they are closed because of the pandemic, of course, they give me an option to send my documents through an email. I mean through a mail. So if I will choose that, I need to submit all. They said I need to submit the duly completed form, and then my original passport and my original green card. But then I did not want to choose that mailing my documents because it might get lost somewhere, and it will cause more trouble to process it again. That would be really a big trouble if you get lost it somewhere. So what I did, I was just keep waiting and waiting for how many, like 2 weeks. I keep calling them if when are they gonna open, but sadly they didn't know when they are going to open last June 2020. So what I did, I keep calling them and calling, and finally get tired for the local office here, which is located in Akron. So what I did, I happened to call in another office, which is in Cleveland, where my interview before, which is I believe the federal office. I remember it was also a USCIS office. I mean, one of the USCIS office is there too. So it happened that they have an office of the Social Security Administration in there. So I tried to call their number, and then they answered and told me that they can accept my application if it's an emergency situation. So I told them that I need my social security card, for I need to use my social security number for the filing of the tax return of my husband as soon as possible, because he needs to file his tax, and as a spouse, he needs to put up my social security number in there. So that's how I explained it to them. And the secretary that was on the phone told me that she is going to relay it to the higher position in the office if they will consider it as a emergency. So I waited 24 hours for another call from them. And then luckily, they called again after a day. And then a guy spoke to me and gave me his name, a number, and office number in that federal office. I mean building. And then he told me that they accepted my application and they will accept my application and give me an appointment date. So they gave me an appointment date and I went there on that day. So I brought a mask, of course, because they wouldn't let you enter in the building without the mask. And then when I reached there on the building in Cleveland, they are very strict. They have a security guard in the ground floor, and then they wouldn't let you just in without an appointment or even without that personnel in the office picking you up in the ground. So I called that person again, the one I talked to before, on the phone, which is a worker of SSA, and then he picked me up in the ground floor and took me to the office. And then when I reached the office, I just seated in the office, and then they called my name. They asked for my SSA 5 application form, and then the guy told me that if I have documents to prove of my legal stay here, and I give my green card, and the guy said, "Oh, this is a bad boy." So they didn't ask anything like my passport that I prepared, my birth certificate. They didn't ask it anymore. So they just look at my ID, I mean my green card, and type the information there. And then since they are under COVID, they did I don't know what's that called, but a personnel in the office didn't ask me anything in front of the window, but through a phone. So I talked to someone through a phone, and she asked my name, like my basic details, and that's it. They approved, and then the personnel told me that within 7 to 10 days my social security card would be produced, and they will mail it through the mail. So that's pretty much it. And then after 5 days, I guess, I totally forgot how many days was it already, because it's been last June when I received it. Actually, it was here. It was June 24, 2020. So after that appearance in the office, they already sent it after 5 days, and I got my card, which is really fast because they told me that it would come 7 to 10 days, but they're really quick. So here's a glance of my social security card inside the envelope. I covered my digits, of course, for privacy or security. Here it is. So I'm so happy to have it because it's very useful, especially if I will get a job. So thank you guys for watching in my informative video. I hope it is helping you. If you have questions, anything about it, you can ask me. Just leave comment down below. And mabuhay. God bless. Thanks for watching, guys.